following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Welcome to a very special episode of the Defy Life Podcast Network. This week we will be talking to all the hosts of our newest shows on the Defy Life Podcast Network. I'm talking Staley-English show featuring Coach Kurtz. I'm talking Take a Knee for DC versus Marvel. I'm talking Anything, Everything, and Nothing with Lynn and Kim. I'm talking the DJ Blaze radio show, all of that. Let's get to it.
Life. It's more than just about some football. All my sports teams off season go through withdrawals, 30 minutes to tip off. Like Rakim was saying, we got ideas, give me ear problems, sound like thunder and rain. I'm excited that you came on this journey with three of my friends. Defy life till we die and grow wings. Just a different perspective. Haters in every direction. Refuse to live my life based off your projections. Their expectations are lazy. My expectations are crazy. My lady defies me. Uzi, Brown, Brady, Jordan, LeBron, Aaron, Bonds, Mayweather, Ali Foreman. You get the picture, greatest ever born. I attack without warning. This is not around the horn. The other shows whack, a lot of yawning. You really want to be the best, got to pay the price. We make winning look easy. Welcome to Defy Life. Defy Life.
Welcome to another episode of the Defy Life Podcast. Again, this is another segment of our introductory show. We'll be introducing all of the hosts from all of our new shows here on the network. So in this segment, joining me, again, this is your host, J.R. Glymph, and I'm joined by Coach Yusuf English from the Staley-English show. Yosh, how's it going, man?
Man, as always, man, like we just spoke. It feels like we just spoke. Wait, hold on. Yeah, we did. We just spoke.
We did, yeah, absolutely.
We did
that's like the case 90% of the time. It's like I just talked to you. Yeah. But yeah, joining us now are the hosts of Anything, Everything, and Nothing, Lynn and Kim. Lynn, how you doing tonight?
Hello. Just a tad sleepy, but I'm doing okay.
Sleepy. What's that again?
Mantless. I don't quite know what it is exactly either.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I feel it all the time though.
Yeah, like at this point, you know, like between work, wife, kids, and these radio shows, I'm just convinced that sleepy is normal. I don't even know what sleepy is.
Exactly. I got you.
Cool. Kim, how you doing?
Hey, JR, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you. What's up, Lynn? What's up, Coach?
Hello there.
That's the first time I've heard somebody call him JR.
Oh, shame.
It's the first time ever I've heard somebody call him JR.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm trying to figure out what they call me. You mean like behind my back? What they call me? I don't know.
No, they call you J.
Yeah.
Or back before it was the J.
Yeah, the J.
Yeah. We won't go back to those days.
Nah, please don't.
Okay, well, let's clarify this. Should it be J or JR?
Either one's fine. I didn't realize I didn't realize what he was saying. Like, again, most people on this network, they've known me for almost 20 years, so they just call me Jay. But JR is cool. I thought he was saying people call me by my government. I was like, no, we can't have that, sir.
No.
Hey, I don't even know your government, so we're good.
My G is on purpose. So you can call me Braxton P. Hartenbrigg. Nah. Actually, my Shine, even though you know, yeah, but my government is actually Tommy. I'm a junior, so that's where JR comes from. But nobody's really called me Tommy since like kindergarten. So people like, you know, you get a new job or something, people call you by your government, and like somebody called me Tommy, I'll just keep walking because it don't register that that's my real name. So I actually don't even go, like it's been so long since I've gone by Tommy that I don't even, like, it don't register to me. So that's why a lot of people don't even know it. But yeah,
Well, you the only one here calling Coach English, aka Yoshi, aka Yusuf. You the only one calling Yoshi.
No, you'll hear a lot of Yoshi on these shows.
On here. Okay. Yeah. Out of all of us, you're the only one that calls it. We have resorted to government name.
Yes, definitely the government name.
Yeah, I catch myself doing that sometimes because I see it so much on the show, and I'm just like, I'm calling him Yusuf. What I'm doing. So, yeah.
Actually, I kind of like Yoshi, though. I kind of think that's kind of cute as a matter of fact. Is it handsome or cute? Is it handsome or cute?
It's not.
Whatever. I'm good with whatever.
Yeah.
When I hear Yoshi, I see a green dinosaur. I just can't.
Oh.
Wow.
I see a green dinosaur with red shoes on.
That sounds like some hate, Jay.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, we'll go with it sounds comfortable and familiar because I don't know if I want to be calling him Yosh because it's cute. So we'll go with it's cool, it's familiar. That's,
I'm with you. I'm with you, Jay. I'm with you on that, Jay.
Yeah. But this ain't about me and Yosh. This is about Lynn and Kim, actually. Ladies, first of all, thank you so much for joining us tonight and on the network in general. We are excited to have you ladies on for several reasons. One, because we need some estrogen around these parts. It's testosterone heavy. I mean, it's great as it is to argue about Matt Ryan and Michael Vick and Michael Jordan all day. It is great to actually hear a lady's point of view on some things. So, again, thank you for joining the network. We're excited to get you started and introduce you to the Defy Life world and welcome you and embrace you into the Defy Life family. So, thanks again.
Well, thank you for having us.
Exactly.
No
thank you very much. We're excited.
No doubt.
And just to let you know, Kim can join y'all in those conversations.
Like I was just about to say, Jay,
I wasn't going to go there, but I was like, hey, there is nothing about anything, especially football, that we cannot discuss. Okay, I am a fantasy football guru, and I know everything about football. Okay, so I can.
She can't talk with me about it, but she can talk to you about it.
Yeah,
hey, Pooh need to get her on fantasy.
Yes,
Beats, man. I'm telling you, she a stud now. She
Yes.
gets in.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause I don't play. I played one season of fantasy and joined Pooh's league, and I joined it just so I can say I'm gonna beat you, and I quit after I won the championship, and I refused to play again. Yeah. So
Yeah, let me tell you why they don't record on Sunday. They don't record on Sunday because Kim is engulfed in football.
We don't even talk on Sundays.
just from September to February. Outside of that, we're good.
Right.
Salute to
I
you,
hate
Kim.
football season. Can't have no man, can't have no sister. It sucks.
Wow. Well, you may need to read. There's a book by a lady by the name of Latasha Miles. They call her Joan Madden because she's so into football. But she has a book called When Football Season Turns You Into a Side Chick.
I love it.
Yeah. And she's dope. She's got a whole line of merchandise called WTF, women WTF too. So it's Women Talk Football too, but of course the WTF. So you might want to read that because I know my wife feels like a side chick every football season too. So, I get it.
Side chick, side sis.
Yeah.
All the side.
Absolutely.
All the way.
Oh man, well that's good to know, Kim. So if when Pooh starts hounding me over fantasy numbers, I'll be like, man, don't talk to me. Call Kim.
Call Kim. Send him my way. Send Pooh my way.
Absolutely. I don't know nothing about what he's talking about. He started talking about waiver wires and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, I was like, waiver wires. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. So I'll send him your way.
No problem.
All right. But again, we talked about this, doing like prep for your show and just getting everything wrapped up to get you launched. But Kim, both of you, Kim, you first. Just give the people just a brief background of why you guys wanted to start a podcast and what led you to this to launching on the Defy Life Network. We so we can kind of get what your show is going to be about and what you two are about and how you came about this idea.
Wow. Okay. Well, Lynn and I are sister friends, and we talk all the time. We tend to think that we're very intelligent. We got a little hood in us, you know what I'm saying? And we can come from the other side of the track as well. And we literally talk about anything, everything, and nothing. We can have an hour conversation, starting with Brett Kavanaugh to the person walking down my street with red hair. You know what I'm saying? All in one conversation, and it just flows.
Hey, well, knowing Brett Kavanaugh, he might know that chick walking down the street.
Or in 17 different conversations.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we started listening to Yusuf and his podcast. It was interesting to me because it was sports related. And we were like, we want a podcast. We talk. We have interesting things to talk about. So I think we should do a podcast. And we've been talking about this, I know, at least a year. And Lynn and I, we would talk about it, and she would say, well, I'm going to say something to Yusuf. And then here recently, it just kind of happened. So I felt like the universe wanted it to happen at this time. But literally, the name came from just what we talk about. Like I said, happy topics, sad topics, entertainment, movies, anything that interests us, then that's what we talk about. And we enjoy talking to one another. The feedback is good, and it's just a really good flow. And for me, that's how it came about. What do you think, sis?
I agree. We have had several conversations within these 17 conversations a day about how we talk about all that we talk about and nobody else can hear it. We make these wonderful points. You know, we only get each other's view on whatever the topic is. And we just kind of thought, wouldn't it be nice to get other people's views and opinions and let other people hear what we're talking about. We came to Defy Life by way of Coach English.
Yeah.
And again, just like Kim said, it just kind of happened. We've been talking about it about a year, and it just fell into our laps just that quick.
I would like to add, Jay, that Yusuf kind of gave us the encouragement and the confidence to do it, because Lynn and I are both, we know what we like, but sometimes we'll get stuck in the what if it doesn't go right. And Yusuf has just been so positive and just gave us the confidence just to do it. And, like last week, he was like, look, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to call Jay. And Lynn and I were like, sweating bullets. And then we were like, you know what? We can do this. So I want to say thank you to Yusuf for actually giving us the confidence and encouragement to go ahead and do this and not give in to our fears.
Hey, that's why that man is one of the top high school coaches in the country. That's why.
Well, all I gotta say is as I brush my shoulders off.
Oh Lord, please.
and adjust my shades.
Don't make his head bigger than it is.
I'm just saying, But on a serious note, man, they recorded a pilot episode which me and Jay, for the listeners out there, thought they should drop.
Nope.
But they are such perfectionists that they didn't want to drop that show.
Yeah.
That's going to go into the archives, and I will release it at some point. And the title is going to be "This is the actual first show."
Yeah.
That works. On the 100th episode.
Exactly. On the 100th episode, we'll drop that one.
Actual first show. No, I just kind of, Lynn had mentioned it to me a couple of times, and Kim and me and Kim's conversations, me and Kim have really become tight over the last year or so. And over conversations with her, they have both expressed this, hey, I want to do a podcast, and they talk to each other so much every single day that they, and if you ever, and literally, Jay, like you heard the pilot, like that's how their conversations go. It goes from one thing to the next to the next. And sometimes, if I'm not careful, I get to listening to them. So when Lynn said, "Hey, we want to do a podcast," we were thinking about it, or we wonder what other people would think, I was like, let's do it. Like, don't even hesitate. I mean, you know, especially, you know, us, as far as the Staley-English show, we just came over to Defy Life, and I have bought completely into this whole Defy Life idea. I think it's a great concept to not live your life by the norms that society wants you to live, and just to chase your dreams. And I think that everybody that's on the podcast network, as well as that work with Defy Life, have that same vision, and that is Lynn and Kim. Like, they are people who do not live by the norms, and they really chase their dreams with fervor. The only issue with them is sometimes they need a kick in the pants, and they need to get they need to get their battery boosted. So, like, for the last 2 weeks, I've been boosting them up. Like, yo, come on, when are we going to record? When are we going to record? Yo, y'all want to record on lunch? Okay, let's make it happen. No, but we need a format. Nope, no format. Let's just make it happen. Boom. So what are we going to do? No, just talk. Like, y'all on the phone, just talk. We'll fix everything else later. And like I said, the pilot was cool, but I think that once they had some quirks and some stuff that needed to be fixed, and once they get that fixed, I think that it's going to be a really cool show. I laughed my behind off on that pilot. Like, I listened to it like 3-4 times. Yeah. Because it was that funny. And I wish, this is another plug, I wish they would let me drop it.
Well, I've listened to it about 2 or 3 times, and I thought it was great. So the fact that y'all don't want to drop it has, like, got me wanting more, and, like, I'm excited about what's coming, because if that was not, like, worthy of being dropped, I'm excited about what's coming. But I only got one question about the pilot episode, and I hope I don't spoil anything for the 100th episode, but I just got a question.
Okay.
Yo, did you smell the draws? I forgot to ask you earlier, and I was like, I gotta get this cleared up in my mind.
I had to ask. It was on my mind. I had to ask.
You clear it up in everybody's mind in case they drop. In case the episode comes out. No, I did not smell the draws. Just so that it's forever and always be said. Now, trust me, when y'all hear the show, there's no way you could have the slightest idea what the freak we talking about at this point.
And it makes me so uncomfortable. Oh God.
Well, I'm glad you cleaned that up, Yos, because, you know, when you said when they dropped, I was like, what you talking about? What dropped? The draws dropped. But, you know, you was talking about the episode. So, to be clear, we're talking about the episode dropping, which includes pennies dropping, which you did not smell. So, we got that cleared up.
Trust me, that had to be one of the most uncomfortable moments of my and it continues to be. Just letting you know.
Well.
No, matter of fact, Jay, talking about the pilot, there is a question I have for you, sir, since you have questions for me.
Oh, okay.
Would you allow your son to have his fingernails painted?
Oh, God. That made me uncomfortable. I like to consider myself a pretty open-minded individual, right?
Okay.
And... Whew.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, my kids, my sons are 11 and 9, all right? And my oldest one is, you know, he's just getting to that point where, you know, the innocence is starting to wear off. You know, I caught him in a Fortnite chat group the other day cussing folks out. So, yeah. And I mean, like, stuff I don't even say. Like, I really had to break him down to him. Like, dude, like, all these dudes on the Defy Life podcast, I've known all these dudes for 20 years. I don't even cuss them out like that. So, you 11. I got friendships older than you. So,
right.
I say that to say he's old enough to understand, like societal norms and societal, like, roles. So I don't know if I'd be comfortable with, like, saying, "Hey, let's go paint your toes," just for fun. Like, he would know what that means, you know. Unless he And he ain't that big of a Tekashi 6ix9ine fan where you think that's cool. So I would say no, I wouldn't let him. But eventually they're gonna do what they want to do anyway, and then we just have to fight it out like men.
Right. Okay.
So y'all can tell when I get uncomfortable. I'm venting.
Right. Yeah. You sound like you were struggling.
Yeah.
You sound like me with the pains question. That's what it sounds.
Sorry, yo. I didn't mean to bring that up. So back to Lynn and Kim. Am I echoing in everybody else? Because I hear
Yes, you are.
Nobody's echoing.
All right. Never.
I definitely hear the echo.
Yeah, I hear everybody's echo. I don't know where that's coming from. All right.
Great thing about podcasting is you can edit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So first episode. When are we looking at the first episode to drop?
What do you think, sis? I mean, I'm ready. So
I'm ready. I do believe that we are going to be set to record that on Wednesday if everybody is available to make it happen.
Okay.
yeah, I don't have to go to Greenville, and so if we can do it either after 2 or before noon, I can make that work.
Okay.
So basically, Jay, the new episode will be dropping on Thursday.
Okay. All right. So
Wait a minute. Are we going to have the option to listen to it like we did this one, or it's to go once we drop it? Yusuf, you're going to do your producing thing, and it's a wrap. It's going to be dropped.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Okay.
Y'all listen. The best shows are done when you don't do all that over analyzing. Just get out there, jump out, shit, swim.
Okay. Now literally, I can't swim.
Literally.
I can't swim.
That's why I use the word.
Well, if you go back and listen to the first episode of our show, you'll realize none of us can swim either. It was pretty bad. So you'll be fine.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna trust in you guys, and we got this. We got this because we're gonna be the women to represent Defy Life. So we're ready. We're ready.
No doubt. So within a week, we will have the first episode of Anything, Everything, and Nothing on the Defy Life Podcast. So I think I speak for everyone involved that I'm excited.
We are too, Jerry.
Yeah. Again, thank you guys for the positive feedback, and we look forward to being a part of the Defy Life team, and we're ready to do this. So I'm excited.
Very excited.
Well, Yosh, you got anything before we close out?
No. I'm proud of them.
Yes.
And I hope that they ride with it. Because it's an amazing show. Like I said, from when you listen to the first episode, it just flows. So, and they're two amazing strong that I've known. And whatever they have said, they've been successful at. So, I'm excited to see what they bring.
All right, got a little tear in my eye over here. Wiping my tear.
Y'all better stop. Josh already called me sensitive in the earlier segment. I'm gonna need y'all to stop.
Yusuf got all philosophical on us right there. Ooh.
Right.
I know, right? I'm turned on. Look, I got a little turned on for a minute there. In a brotherly sister kind of way,
There's too much going on in the show right now. Too much.
That way.
Oh man! Well, if this were an actual episode, I think this one would be entitled Uncomfortable.
Right.
Definitely.
But Lynn, now you know I would say that to you now. So come on, we gotta keep it 100. We gotta keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Oh man. Well, then Kim, again, we are all excited for you just to hear that first episode, and again, for real, and I sincerely say thank you so much for joining us. When you say you've been thinking about doing this for a year, I guess it's kind of serendipitous because we've been looking for an all-female show for about a year. So, welcome.
Oh wow.
All right, then that's the universe bringing us together, so it's meant to be. I love it. I love it.
That's it.
Well, listeners, please try to contain your excitement because the Anything, Everything, Nothing podcast hosted by our very own Lynn and Kim is on the way. So just want to take a little bit to introduce them, let you all get to know them, hear their voices before they drop. And there's that drop word again. But this has been the special episode of the Defy Life Podcast. I'm JR Glymph. Yo, Kim, Lynn, thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me.
Peace.
Peace.
Shh. You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, the only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life.
Welcome back to this very special episode of the Defy Life Podcast. Again, I'm your host, JR Glymph. Joining me now are the host of the one and only DJ Blaze radio show. We got B-Eazy and Courtney. How y'all doing today, B-Eazy?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Good.
Good. Thank y'all for joining me. What I really wanted to do is just sit down with y'all for a few minutes, get your background and some background on the show. So far, everybody that's checked it out is really, really digging it. So, first of all, again, I know I've said it enough, maybe, but thank y'all for becoming part of the Defy Life family and allowing us to take on all this fire content y'all got and helping us grow. And, we grow together. So, welcome, y'all.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
No doubt. So, B, you first, man. Yosh kind of gave me the heads up of, a little bit of background. So, just let the listeners know, how long you guys been doing it, what's the background, and, just kind of, tell us about the show itself.
Well, we started the show in about 2011. Me and my former co-host, who's the namesake of the show, DJ Blaze. He was a radio DJ, and he also had, he was a club DJ, and he had his own radio show. And he would tell me that he would want to like talk a little bit more. On the radio they get their ins and outs real quick. They may be able to say something or whatever about what's going on, and then they have to play a song. So he would want to do a little bit more. And so at the time I was only listening to one podcast, and so I mentioned to him about doing a podcast because I could tell that the podcast that I was listening to, they were basically recording it on their own computer, and he had all of this equipment and stuff. So I mentioned it to him about doing a podcast. He was like, "What's a podcast?" And I told him, and he went and did some research on it and came back the next day and was like, he could do it. And so we kind of went from there, and that's how it started. So at first it was just me and him. We had another co-host, but she, because of her job and everything, she had to stop. And since we started the show, he has since passed away. last year, and so I wanted to just keep the show going in his name, to keep his name alive or whatever, and so I didn't want to do the show by myself because I don't like talking a lot by myself. So I put out a little search for another co-host, and Courtney responded fast. I told her what I needed, for her to do. It was other people responded too, but Courtney was the one that was really serious. I told her what I needed. She went and got what she needed. So for us to be able to do the podcast, and I don't know how long have we been doing it together, Courtney? Maybe 6 months?
Since January 21st, little baby.
Oh, man.
She owned it.
10 months. I'm sorry, time flies, but
it does.
Yeah. So that's how me and her, came together, and that's kind of a brief synopsis of how the show got started initially.
Okay. Yeah, and like I would think, listening to it, that y'all been doing this together for like years because your chemistry is so dope. Courtney, was this your first time like podcasting?
Yes, it was. It was crazy because I was just talking to earlier that day. Was talking to then she was my girlfriend, now she's my wife, and I was like, I really want to do a podcast, and she was like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, everything. I just feel like I have a lot to say, and I feel like it's worthy. I mean, everybody should feel that way about their word. And I literally get on Facebook and he posted it, so I had to move. Like, if the universe wasn't having this fall in my lap, like, I don't know what that's called, and I just didn't waste any time. It was different for what I initially set out to speak about on my own podcast, but it still fell in line with who I am. So, and ever since the first show, it was automatic. Like, okay, we kind of talk shit to each other, we disagree, we agree, and we keep it moving.
No doubt. Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. Especially, I've done shows with people that not necessarily that I don't like, but there's just no chemistry there, so everything seems forced. And that's the beauty of it when you on a show with somebody that you genuinely like, and the respect is there and the love is there, and nobody takes it personally. It's dope, and I can hear that all throughout y'all show. So that's very evident. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So really quick question before we get off. Again, like, this is really quick. I want to kind of give everybody like a brief little intro to you guys, and but lead them to actually listen to all your shows. So, B, quick question. What is, since you and Courtney been doing this together, what's the just off the top of your head, what's the funniest moment on the show, and the moment you've been close to the most pissed off on the show?
Oh, the funniest moment? I don't know. It's like, it's so many like things that we laugh about, and then the next day, like, somebody hit me up and like, yo, y'all was crazy or whatever. Right offhand, the funniest moment, because that's all we do is laugh. I don't know. I might have to come back with that one. I don't know, I don't really get pissed off on the show, you know what I'm saying, especially now with Courtney. But I mean, I'm sure I pissed her off because she telling me to shut the fuck up, this times episode. So
yeah, I got like 3 answers for it ready for that question.
Well, Courtney, while be marinate on that, why don't you let us know what's your answer to that question?
Whenever I am talking very passionately about something that has happened in the media in regards to Caucasian privilege, if you guys listen to the show, he turns on his Caucasian voice and he talks to me in a way, it literally like have my blood boiling. And for a minute I'd be like, okay, Courtney, like, this your co-host. And I don't even know why it bothers me so bad. Like, I don't take it to heart. Like, I definitely laugh it off. But in those moments, because everybody know I'm real passionate about being black, he really gets on. I'd be pissed. I'd be real pissed.
Maybe you need a little anger management. Maybe the woosah.
Right.
But I feel better.
Right. Okay, Brandon.
Yeah. Funniest moments though, I don't know, man. It's just,
No, I know mine. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Whenever we had that episode and B-Mac was on and we was having some technical difficulties and he was just like, you know how you normally start off the show like, what up, world? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That was the funniest to me. We went on like a little 2-3 week streak where we was having some technical difficulties and it definitely sounded like Brandon was apologizing every single show. What up, world? I'm sorry, we having some technical difficulties, and that was hilarious.
Yeah, he just came. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always funny, man, when you when you're apologizing to a bunch of people, especially when you like picking up like listenership and people waiting on your show, and it feels so bad when you gotta like. When like technical issues get in the way, because ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, because it was kind of like in the beginning stages, and we were trying to figure out because I'm in South Carolina, and she's in Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, she's in Tacoma, Washington. So, figuring out.
Y'all just pick about as far away as you can possibly get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the technology sometimes it doesn't, want to act right, and then sometimes it's human error, so getting those things together, can be frustrating. And I think we finally got it down packed, though. But yeah, those are some of the things that happened early on, when we got together.
No doubt. All right, well, we're gonna wrap up. But again, thank you guys for in general for joining us for this episode. And overall for joining the network. We growing and growing pretty fast. My last 2 weeks have been crazy. Like I've been on the phone with Yost like 3-4 times a day. I'm so sick of talking to him. But we looking forward to it. Kind of made the announcement on Twitter today, so people are looking forward to it. And I'm sure I'll be talking to you a lot in the next couple weeks. Make sure the transition is going smoothly. But again, y'all keep it up. Don't change a thing. We're excited to have you.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Definitely excited to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, again, folks, this is a special episode of the Defy Life Podcast. We wanted to call this introductory episode of all of our hosts of all of our new shows. Again, joining me in this segment was B-Eazy and Courtney of the DJ Blaze radio show. Y'all will be hearing a lot from them soon. So stay tuned, and y'all have a good night.
PSA for all listeners. My name is Alvin Glymph, and I'm one of the hosts of Public Sports Announcements, where we discuss, debate, and update our fans on the most relevant sports topics of the day. PSA is fun, young, and most importantly, we know our sports. Come listen to our episodes. They drop every Thursday, and you can listen to us on Go Defy Life and SoundCloud. You will be hearing more from us this Thursday.
Not just from an athletic element. So, hey, we try to get everything in, and that's how we are today, and we over a year strong, and it's been a fun ride so far.
Absolutely. I can tell you guys enjoy what you do, and that's with your kids as coaches as well as on your show with each other, and that definitely shines through in your show. And one thing Yost pointed out to me last week, Micah, Josh, you guys kind of had your first major disagreement on the show.
What type of disagreement we had?
I thought we've had a lot of disagreements. I thought.
Right.
No. This was the first major one. This was the first one that was noticeable.
What's that, dog? We disagree about a lot of stuff. We're just not sensitive. We're not sensitive, so we could disagree and keep it moving. What were you sensitive about?
Josh, I didn't even come for you. Like, we didn't even need to do that. Like, we're on somebody else's show. Let's save that for our show. Like,
no, please.
No,
don't
I'm not about to go back and forth with him. I'm not gonna let him bait me today. The devil.
Come on, Lil Devon. You go back and forth. You just said me and Micah disagree all the time, publicly, privately. We're just brothers. Brothers disagree. If you talk about the Dabo Sweeney thing,
so
you are my brother, but everybody has that one sensitive brother. You're the sensitive one. But
here we go.
We're talking about Dabo Sweeney, the whole thing with Kelly Bryant. We agreed to disagree, and we agreed on certain points. And my only thing was I was just playing the devil's advocate. Like I said before, sometimes you know it's easy to always, as a coach, to say the player do this and player do that, and I'm a coach. But sometimes we don't look at what the coaches do and the decisions they make and how they actually affect the players. That's the only point I was making. And even though I'm never that person that's going to be like, ooh, I told you so, you know, but I know Dabo Swinney, I know his balls dropped down to his socks when his freshman quarterback went out, you know, and I wouldn't dare, like some people are like, oh, that's what you get and watch God work. I don't think God works like that. I don't think he does that. God doesn't punish, man does. And I'm just a firm believer, you know, I don't like to believe in people wishing people bad, but I know Dabo got shook because he was shook enough to say after the game when it was like Kelly Brown was still on campus and Dabo was like, well, he's welcome to still come back to the team if he wants to. So, but like I said, like coaching talk, I really wish Kelly would have fought through and stayed. I have a kid right now who could have transferred the last 2 years, but he didn't, and he's going to reap the benefits of that this year. And it's ironic because Micah said it. Micah said, man, quarterbacks get hurt. When was the last time you seen a quarterback just make it through the season the whole year? And what happened? The same week they made the change, the starting quarterback goes down. Kelly Brown, you go out there, win the game, you dominate, you starting the rest of the season. So it's always a double-edged sword. But, you know, I'm done. I don't want to talk about last week's show. But,
you know. I thought that was a great show. And, I mean, Coach Staley brought up some points that I didn't even I had never even thought of for sure. So, I mean, I think that's one thing that makes our show special is just, I mean, we all have the same vision as coaches where we're not just about trying to win games, but we're trying to impact young people's lives. And so we can go about it different ways, and we all have, and there's always different ideas. And so being able to hear, I mean, I know Coach Staley's bottom line and Coach English bottom line, they want the best for everybody that they come around, that they come in contact with. And so to hear Coach Staley's opinion on the Kelly Bryant situation, and it was a different opinion than mine. I mean, it's that's what life's about is culturing yourself and learning and listening and hearing other people's ideas and opinions. And so, I mean, like I've said plenty of times on the show, that I know that every time I have a conversation with Coach Staley and Coach English, I come away better for it because they make me a better person. So, I mean, I think I enjoy just being on the show and having those conversations for my own benefit because I know that I come away being a better person after those conversations. So my only hope is that these conversations that we have can also have a small benefit for some of our listeners as well.
Ditto on everything you said. Ditto, brother.
Yeah, and that's the beauty in it, especially with when you're doing especially a weekly show, like you said, with your brothers. You're gonna disagree. You might get heated sometimes. But when you're doing shows with your brothers and there's genuine love and respect there, for one, it doesn't carry over. So kind of like in the sports world, where you don't let one loss beat you twice. So it doesn't carry over. And like you said, Micah, you come out, if everybody's open and receptive to everything everybody else is saying, you come out better for it. And you can definitely hear that in you guys' show. So I think that's a big reason why it's such a success.
Well, I mean, I think the big part of our show is that we're honest. One, and two, the way that we respect one another shows in our show. Mm-hmm. We respect each other's opinions, whether we're going back, whether we're in disagreement about the Kelly Bryant situation or disagreeing between LeBron James and Michael Jordan, whatever the conversation is, that we've had disagreements on, it's always been, all love, and, you can hear us laughing and joking throughout, and it's the delightful heartedness of it. But if anybody listens to every show, there's always something about life to get out of the show. And that's what I love about our show so much is, we like Josh said earlier, we didn't start out as hey, this is a sports show. The initial conversation was, what can we do that's going to impact people? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can we say? How can we go about impacting the most people that we can reach? And that's what it's been. It's been, what is the lesson to be learned about life through these different situations that some people find themselves in? And it's been an enjoyable ride, and I think the best of our show is still ahead of us. Also, Micah, you have a blog. Talk about your blog a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, so I got a website at www.theathletemaker.com, and just to give me a little presence on the web, and for some of the youth strength training camps that I do, and then we also do some adult group sessions. So being able to get information about those sessions on my website, and then I try and as frequent we try to do weekly. It has not been weekly, but we try and contribute some blogs to the website as well, where myself, my brother, who's he's actually in the corporate world. He's a lawyer. He's a general counsel for a company in the law profession, and but he's an unbelievable mind for developing young kids, and his real passion is in developing leaders, youth leaders, and so he contributes to that. And then also one of the greatest coaches that I've ever been blessed to work with, obviously Coach Staley and Coach English are some of the top as well, but one of the other great coaches that I've been blessed to work with, Andy Hallett, the head baseball coach at AC Flora High School, 6-time state champ. He also contributes to the blog. So it's cool to just be able to try and to reach out to as many people as possible, and anybody that wants to learn and anybody that wants to hear ideas. I mean, just be able to contribute to that for sure. And so we try and contribute to that blog as frequently as possible, and that's on theathletemaker.com. And it's a wide-ranging blog of topics from leadership to youth development to athletic development, and then also baseball skill development. I got to get Coach Staley and Coach English to contribute to that as well. I know Coach Staley has some writing, rich writing in his blood for sure. He's good at that for sure. So I got to get him on there for sure.
No doubt. Can't wait.
Yeah, man, we'll definitely everybody make sure you check that out. I wasn't aware of that, so I will make sure I check it out. Really quickly before we go, I just kind of want to pick out each one of your brains. It's for one, it's so interesting for me every week listening to you guys talk, because I never got into coaching. I saw things strictly from an athlete's standpoint. So of course played in high school, played at played football at University of South Carolina for 2 years. So I'm always looking at things from a player's perspective. So you guys always give me a different perspective when I listen to your show. So first, you, Josh, what would you say? It's kind of a twofold question. What is the most challenging part of what you do, and what is the most rewarding part of what you do?
I guess it's the same thing. It's the most challenging part is the most rewarding part, and that's like, just building relationships is going to be the most challenging part, because in sports, everyone wants to be a part of their own vision as far as what it means to do well within that particular sport. So I have to establish a relationship with this person to get them to understand that though their vision is extremely important, the team's vision is most important. And the only way you're going to be able to get young people to buy into that is if your relationship with them is real. Because they're going to still maybe disagree with the team's vision, but at the same time, you and the bond between the two of you, or how many ever it is, has to be so strong that they put themselves last and put the team first, which ultimately turns into the most rewarding part. Because when you're putting yourself last and you're putting the team first, you do something magical, which is rare in today's world, and it's called share. And you start to share, and everything great is shared. Nothing great is accomplished individually. Everything great is shared. You can go all the way back to history. Even the greatest boxers, you might only see one person in the ring, but they have to have the greatest trainers in the world. The civil rights movement, everything that we go through that's great is shared, and that's the rewarding part, because those relationships last forever. People forget about wins, people forget about losses, and champions get real foggy over time. You can't remember who won every championship, but those relationships are permanent. They're forever, and guys come back, girls. I've been fortunate to have a high level of success on the men and women side, and they come back and they take care of my sons now, and they establish relationships with them, and that's what means the most. Everything else falls up under that umbrella. So I actually appreciate that question. That was kind of therapeutic for myself. I needed that. So that's good.
That's what I'm here for. The bills in the mail. Coach English, same question. Most rewarding and most challenging parts of what you do.
As usual, Josh almost takes every word out of my mouth. So now I got to figure out something to say.
You ain't got to say nothing, dog. Don't say nothing.
No, don't. See, okay. I told you, I'm not going to get into it with you today. I think just the same as Josh said, man. I mean, it's the relationships that you form with the players that last almost, a lifetime. For those of us that do it the way us three do it, the way me, Josh, and Micah do it, we put these kids first, and our personal agendas are never the first on the list of things when it comes to our team. So it's easy for our kids to buy into the team concept because, we lead by example. And that being the case, you're a person that they come to. And on the boys' side of things, and even on the girls' side, I think that, there's a lot of fathers not around. And we end up being that figure. We end up being that big brother, or we end up being that father figure in their life that they can, for some of them, depend on or, come to and talk to. And Josh has experienced this, and I know Micah has, because we talk about it frequently on the show, our former players that call us or tweet us or, or hit us up on social media or text and, about their accomplishments. One of Josh's former players, Coach Kev, works with Heavy Handle Hoops, and he attributes his success to Josh, and it's those relationships. And like Josh said, people come back. My kids know all of my players' names, and my players love to see my kids in practice. It's amazing, and it's the toughest thing because although it's hard to get them to buy in, once they do, I mean, the level of success they have in life, period, is what we want. And then to see them achieve it, and then they come back and you don't do this for a thank you, but the thank yous mean so much. The thank yous mean so much, and that's, it doesn't matter how many named people you put in D1 or D2 or whatever level that you go to, that the kids go to. The fact that they reach out and say thank you, that's the most rewarding part. When they get it, when they when they're just successful, it's about those relationships that you built with them that allow them to that makes them want to come back through life and still touch base with you. And I think that's my thing. And, so I pretty much echo the sentiments of Josh.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Lou. You're welcome.
No. Shut up. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, okay. All right.
Coach Kurtz, how about you? Same question.
Yeah, no, great question, and obviously Josh and Coach English both spoke very eloquently on that topic for sure.
Oh, there you go, eloquent.
But I mean, I'd say one thing kind of that's unique to my profession and my position is, I hope I'm using these words correctly. I mean, being a strength and conditioning coach, like really my value and my success is more the what I bring to the table is more from a qualitative standpoint rather than it's measured from a qualitative standpoint whereas a head basketball coach or a football coach or whatever, they can be measured more from a quantitative standpoint from as far as wins and losses. And I mean, obviously, if you're the head basketball coach and you win a lot of games from a quantitative standpoint, that you're doing a good job. And being a strength and conditioning coach, there's a lot more that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes where there's a lot more factors that go into it, where I'm just one piece of the puzzle. So I could be doing a great job and the team could not be winning, or I could be doing a very poor job and the team can still win. So being able to just one difficult thing with my position is just trying to show what I do and add value to what I do from a qualitative standpoint, where it might not always directly show up in the wins and losses, and because it's kind of behind the scenes. And so, like all great coaches, and definitely Coach English and Coach Staley, like our end goal is not just to win games. From my position, not just to make the athletes bigger, faster, stronger. Our end goal is really to make our athletes better people. And so that's hard to measure immediately. You can't measure that immediately. I really don't know the impact that I've had on this senior class at my new school. I won't know the impact that I've had on this senior class for the next 5, 6, 7 years down the road, because I don't know how they're going to turn out once they graduate high school, graduate college. So, and we're in the world where we're in a market where people want immediate results, and I think what we do as coaches, and especially as strength coaches, you don't know the results immediately. You're going to know the results down the road. So that's one difficult thing, and then obviously the most rewarding thing is what Coach English and Coach Staley said, where just the relationships, just being able to see these kids now that we've been in the profession for 10, 12, 15 years, however many years these guys have been in it as well. Now we have kids that we coach that are now adults and successful adults. And now we have kids that are graduating college and they're young adults, and they're reaching out to us and saying, "Hey, I appreciate what you did for me. Hey, I want to follow in your career path." Yeah, or just reaching out to us for advice. And so that's the most unbelievably rewarding thing, and I think that's what a lot of people like. I briefly mentioned my brother in our blog, and he's an extremely successful lawyer and businessman, but I know he also is always looking at what I do and saying, "Hey, I want to make an impact on kids like you do," even though he makes who knows 4, 5 times, 6 times as much money as I make. He makes what I make in a year in 2 months or whatever. So you look at him and be like, "Hey, why does he want to do what I do?" But
the impact that we have and the relationship that we can have on these kids that's obviously the most rewarding thing for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I'll say this to you, Micah. I'm not sure if you're familiar. My strength and conditioning coach at USC, I'm sure it's you might know him, Dennis Tripp. I had a very special relationship with that man, and I still do, because it's different, like you said, being with the strength and conditioning coach, because it's in a different atmosphere, and my most, like, how I built so much respect for him. First day, my freshman year, all summer, getting in the best shape of my life, getting ready for camp, and I was best shape of my life. And we're going for our first gym session with Coach Tripp, and I'm wondering why he's got all these trash cans, scattered throughout the gym. And about 15 minutes into the workout, I realized why he had all these trash cans, because I was throwing up in every single one of them. But I say that to say, when I thought I pushed myself to my limit, he showed me there was another level, and it was every single day working with him and watching him guide, like you said, behind the scenes, and so you just build it. I've always had a different kind of respect for him and all my strength and conditioning coaches. So you're absolutely right. It's a lot of things that people don't see. When strength and conditioning coaches are involved.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Well, guys, thank you so much, for joining us on this special episode of the Defy Life Podcast. Just kind of wanted to introduce you guys again. Keep up what you're doing, and I'm a day late, but happy International Podcasters Day to you, gentlemen. That was yesterday. Keep putting out great content. Again, we're excited to have you, and, let's continue to grow this thing. Thank you so much.
For sure. We appreciate you having the time and adding us to your network. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. No doubt. So we will, especially as we get closer to basketball season, you guys mentioned the Kobe and Michael debates. I've kind of put a kibosh on Kobe and Michael debates from my point of view. But there are a few guys who love to have that debate still. So anytime y'all want to come on and argue with Keyonne Small, feel free to let me know when you want to come on and argue with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and all those debates, because I get exhausted. So feel free to step in when you want to.
No problem. Anytime. I'm tired of arguing with these dudes.
Oh, man. Well, cool, gentlemen. Thanks again. Again, this is the first segment of our introductory show. All the hosts, Coach Staley, Coach English, Coach Kurtz, from the Staley and English show featuring Coach Kurtz on the Defy Life Podcast Network. Gentlemen, have a good night.
I
appreciate it.
Yep.
If you are a Power fan, please join us on Speak the Truth as we discuss the latest episode of Power. We can be found on GoDefyLife.com or Spreaker.
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I learn.
Welcome back to this special episode of the Defy Life Podcast. I am J.R. Glymph. Joining me for this segment are the host of our brand new show to the Defy Life Podcast Network, Take a Knee for DC and Marvel. First we got Scott, regular Scott, whichever one you want us to call you. Got Veez, and we got Ossie. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, man, what's happening, Jay? How are you?
Good, man. Good. Scott, man,
yes,
how's
sir.
it going on? I'm good, man. How's it going tonight?
Oh, I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you guys for joining me. Like I said off the air, we got a lot of growth going on the network right now, so we wanted to kind of sit down with the host of each new show and just kind of introduce you to our listeners, get a kind of a background of what we should expect from your show, and so our listeners can get to know you as individuals as well. So, so Scott, you first, man. So first of all, the name, which I think is dope. Take a knee for DC and Marvel. Where did that come from, and how'd you guys settle on it?
All right, so the name, I got to be honest, I can't take full credit for it. A lot of that credit actually goes to one of your co-hosts. Shout out to Pooh. He kind of came up with the name and the concept, which is basically. Go ahead.
We told him what we wanted, and he came up with a name. You know, we wanted to be represented as African American guys that were into the comics, and then Pooh did the rest.
Well, he called and told me that. I thought he was lying, so I hung up on him. So thank y'all for clarifying. Sorry, Pooh, if you whenever you listen to this, sorry I doubted you. We need some of that genius on the Defy Life podcast. So thank you for helping these guys out. Yeah, man. So Veez, man, I've been trying to get you on a podcast for like 2 years now, man. What was it about Scott and Oz's charm that finally convinced you to jump on the podcast? Was it did Scott, flash his pearly whites at you and convince you to do a podcast?
Scott's been talking about a podcast for about 2 years.
Yep.
And I introduced him to the Defy Life and told him about you guys, and then he started bugging me even more about doing it. So then I decided to, hey, what the heck, I'll do it. I like the DC and Marvel universe. So.
Cool.
Well,
Okay.
we technically haven't aired yet, so I still haven't gotten them to do it yet.
That is true. That is true. But we have one. Yes.
We have one episode in the box.
Hey man, Scott, we got one in the can, man.
You do, and that's a little bit of tease for all you listeners, man. It's I was digging the episode, and it brought. I like to consider myself like a proud nerd, so it brought that out in me, and my kids love superheroes.
That's what we want. We want to bring out the casual nerd and the nerd who don't want nobody to know. You know what I mean? We want to bring them both out.
Well,
bring us your nerds.
Well, I
bring
had
us your nerds.
Yeah, I had my nerd flag flying at my desk listening to the pilot. So it was dope.
See?
Yeah, man. So Oz, man, tell us, give us a little bit of background about yourself. How your background, and then where did you get your interest for comics and nerd culture, DC, Marvel, all that stuff?
Well, I have been, as Scott can tell you, I have been a lifelong and very proud blurred. That's a black nerd for anybody who doesn't know. And it's a right time. Now's the time for all the nerds to come out. So It's good, And I've had an interest in that kind of culture forever, and it's just and Scott has just been a really good influence, and he's had a lot of contact, and Veez has his perspective on stuff, which makes you like think twice about things and go, oh man, I never thought about that before. It's cool. I like this, man. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
That's dope. So, of course, everybody gets excited. Comic fans and just general like casual fans get excited when the blockbusters come out. So the Venom movie's coming out. Veez, man, you excited about the Venom movie? What do you think about the trailers? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think the trailers are pretty good. I think they did a good job with the characters from what I can see off the trailers. I'm actually going to take my youngest daughter to see it. My oldest daughter is in the comics, but she's not a Venom fan. So,
all right. Oz, what are you thinking, man? You excited? You think you're getting the hopes up too high?
No. I'll definitely be there. Tom Hardy he's awesome, man. And let me tell you, how is this cat going to be in a DC universe, a Marvel universe?
Yeah.
This guy is trying to corner the market, man. Oh my God, come on, man. It's awesome. It's good.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's my dude, man.
Yeah,
so
right.
So, Scott, man, you with the Venom movie coming out, like, do you think this has the potential to be, the best, quote unquote superhero movie of the year?
No.
Okay.
I don't think too much of this movie, to be honest with you.
Oh wow. Okay. So, glad I saved you for last. Enlighten us, sir.
I mean, I'll probably go see it. I'll probably go see it, but I mean, it'll be okay.
Okay.
That's Tom Hardy's cool, real good actor. I enjoy him as well, but I don't have a lot of faith in a Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man.
Oh
wow. Wow.
I mean, let's keep it 100. A Venom movie is a Spider-Man movie with no Spider-Man.
It is, but it's interesting. Like, my kids point this out to me that, like, Spider-Man is kind of falling into that trap of having, like, rehashing the same story over and over. So I think it may be a good thing that that they introduced a new like niche to the series, because it was all they did was change actors and tell the same story over and over. So.
Well,
maybe
to be fair, the last Spider-Man movie, at least they didn't kill Uncle Ben again.
Dude, or the Spider-Man. Come on, dude. You know what I'm saying, man? No radioactive spider. That was like thank you.
Exactly. Well, yeah, man. I'm excited about it. I mean, and I'm excited to hear you guys talk about it. So it's,
hey, hold on. You know, Jay. Hold on. I got to call Scott out for a second.
Okay.
Here
Scott,
we go.
You are not excited to see Venom, the symbiote, like chop somebody's head off. Like, you're not excited about that?
See, here's the problem.
He will be literally eating someone's head. Come on, man. You don't want to see that.
No, I get it. But here's the problem. Once I see it for the fourth time in the first 30, 45 minutes, I'll probably be over. That's just me, though. That's just me. I'm just now. Look, if I would have seen like a glimpse of a Carnage, or just give me some type of Easter egg to get me real excited about this.
See, that's the joy of it, man. How do you know they're not going to throw that little jewel, that little tidbit inside there,
Well, I don't, but they should have gave me some type of hint that it's going to be in there to draw me in.
Wow.
They may have something for you in the second scene after the credits.
That's fair. It is a Marvel movie.
Exactly.
Hey man, you never know. Aunt May show up in this. I'm just saying, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Hey, look, Aunt May is the last cameo you would get.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, man. Definitely looking forward to it. So one question for each of you, and I can't wait to hear you answer this. So before we go, so the three of you, on your roles on the show, I need to know who's the hero, who's the villain, and and who's the traitor.
Oh man.
Well, Scott's definitely the villain.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's literally there's not even a doubt on that.
You don't hear too many villains named regular Scott, but that's dope. I like
it. Man.
And then I guess I'll have to be the
perfect
hero.
Villain. I can get away with it.
I'll have to be the hero, and Ossie will have to be the traitor because he likes to flip flop.
Okay.
Now, see, listen up, everybody.
How you become the hero?
No, listen up, everybody. Veez has to be the hero, okay?
No. Listen, that answer right there tell you Veez is the traitor.
Thank you. That says it all right there, dude.
That says it all right there. Veez is the traitor.
The way Ossie flip flops.
Hey, Jay, you hear me being silent over here. Obviously, you know who the real hero is.
Hey, no. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Hey, Jay, let's flip the script.
Okay.
Who do you think is the hero, the villain, and the traitor?
Oh wow, that's interesting. Okay.
Let me put you on the spot.
I had Scott pegged as the hero. Wow! And simply because Scott has been my point man to the show, right? So, and Veez kind of told me, you need anything, contact Scott. So Scott's kind of been the hero.
Wow.
The trader, I got to go with you, Veez, because we've been trying to record this twice, and Veez has something come up, and so I got to go with you for the trader, right?
Thank you.
Oz, I got to go with the villain by default, and because this is our first time speaking, so you kind of been laying low, and you kind of came up, so I'm like, oh, okay, this is who. So you've kind of been mysterious, So yeah, that's how I had your pick.
Jay, I'm just sitting here twirling my mustache. Why am I going to be the villain? It's fine.
You got like a kitten in your left hand, twirling your mustache with your right.
No, what you don't know is him and Marcus, they've been talking on the low. That's the trader for you.
Okay.
Oh, well, hold on. Now, listen, you just blew up the spot, dude. You're the trader now, just calling out people's names and stuff, dude.
Traders.
Nah, I'm the hero trying to save the day.
Dude.
Oh man. Well, I think everybody. This is hadn't even been 15 minutes, but I think everybody gets why we're so excited about this show. And I want to say, not only from my individual perspective, but everyone in the network, all the guys on the Defy Life show, we are excited to have you guys on board because, for one, it's totally out of our realm. We do a lot of like sports centric stuff and current events. So this is something that's fresh and it's something we've been looking forward to. So for one, I want to thank you guys in general for joining me tonight, but also
thank you, man,
accepting the invitation to become a part of the Defy Life family. So we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome, Jay. Thank you, man, for real.
No doubt.
Yeah, thank you, bro. We appreciate the opportunity. Shout out to the Defy Life family. We look forward to meeting and mingling with all of you, and we hope you enjoy this podcast. We enjoy the time that we put in just chit-chatting among each other, and we want you to be among that conversation. So we look forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, guys, when are we dropping the first episode?
Hey, look, if it was up to Marcus, I would say,
man,
no. I'll say, February
after
2019,
football season's over.
Somewhere around, or at least after like the Bills get eliminated from playoff contention, somewhere there. You know what I mean? But hey, look, all honesty, you're gonna get an episode within the next 3 weeks. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Right. You'll get an episode within the next 3 weeks. Like you said, we got a couple in the can, so if need be, we'll drop those. But we're going to get this ball rolling. And once we get rolling, we want everybody to jump on board. So you'll get one in the next 3 weeks, guaranteed.
Yeah, hero. That's what I like to hear there, Scott. And by the way, Jay, I'm changing my name to Ossie Killmonger.
Oh,
that's okay.
Nice. Anything Killmonger affiliated is all right with me, so I'm good with it.
Hey, that one might need to stick.
Yeah, really.
That one might need to stick.
He'll have a different name next week. Don't worry.
Flip-flop.
Right. Hey, guys, I got a different name this week. So.
Man. I can't wait. Well, guys, again, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, man.
I want to, if you guys need anything, of course you already know, but you need anything, feel free to reach out to us so we can make this thing grow, man, and keep this Defy Life movement going.
Sir,
so this is no doubt. Well, this has been again a very special episode of the Defy Life Podcast, our introductory show to all of our new hosts. I am J.R. Glymph, joined by the hosts of Take a Knee for DC and Marvel. We got Scott, Veez, and Oz. Guys, have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, man. Thank you, man.
Shh. You hear that? Listen closer. That, my friend, is the deafening sound of focus. It drowns out all the useless noise that can clutter the moment. Naysayers don't exist. Haters? Smaters? The peanut gallery? Who's that? When you in your zone, all that noise and all that buzz is just elevator music. So, enjoy your journey, focus on your goal, and bask in the quiet roar that is progress. Because when it's your time to shoot that shot, spit that verse, or close that deal, The only voice that matters is yours. Defy Life.
It's my first time hosting. Let me be straight though.
Yeah, you good.
All right. Categories. Top 100 movie quotes of all time.
God.
Okay.
Top 100? Okay.
Yeah. It could be, you know what I mean?
All right.
It can be, all right. Okay, so in that category, I'm going to just say the quote and you just give me the movie. And, you can get you can double up on it for the year.
Okay.
All right. And next category, who was I when I said this? Which is going to give me the character. You got me? You can tell me who did it, but you just give me the character, who they were when they were playing. You got me?
All right, so first category, we give you the movie title and then
right.
The year. Second, we give you the character's name.
Right.
Cool. All right.
So not the actor or actress, but the character name.
Right. I mean, you can say who, but I just want the character though.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Got to go in depth with your movie knowledge. Okay. NBA rookies. Who am I?
Okay.
All right. I threw that in because I thought we had an extra guy. And box office hits, top grossing movies that never hit number one, 1982 to present. We can go ahead and omit one of those though, since
you a movie guy, see.
Hey, we'll go ahead and omit that one since none of those other guys, Yusuf nor Money came in, so we'll scratch that one, and we're gonna go with NBA rookies. Who am I? Who was I when I said this? And top 100 movie quotes of all time. All right.
Is this like 10, 20, 30 or how is
it? Yeah. 10, 20, 30. You can double up on the top 100 quotes with the movie and the year the movie was made. And you can double up with, let me see. I think it's only one double up. Well, no, you can double up on the rookies if you can give me the person and the team that drafted them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I won, so I'm not participating. Hold on, let me put your name down. Al.
Yeah, I was supposed to say Al the only one that participated last, so he got to go first.
Yeah, Key.
No, I didn't go. I dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So how Keyonne get to go second? He ain't been here in two
No.
months.
No, I'm just writing the names down.
Like that kid practically do.
Okay, but Al definitely been in doing his thing.
We're
gonna go ahead and let Al go first.
Keyonne's on PED.
Yeah. Key PED suspension. You wild. Al, you definitely go first, Al. Al went out again?
That kid done dropped out again. Left me right into the driver's seat. That's what I'm talking about, Al. Kid always forgetting his phone charges and stuff.
I don't know shit about movies, so might be a layup for you.
Okay, I'm back.
Al back.
I was like, yo, Al,
yeah, this is crazy. Okay, let me go with the movie quotes for 20. Hello? Hello?
Pooh done left us. Pooh.
Damn.
Yo, how the host get handled?
I'm like, what's up with that? Keyonne,
hear me?
Yeah, there we go. All right.
There you go.
Okay.
I was about to say
silence
to the lambs.
Hey, y'all. I said y'all hear me like 38 times. Okay. Movie quotes for the dub.
Yes, sir.
All That's pretty. Yeah, it's kind of late. Okay, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's Now, what am I? I'm giving you the
name of the movie, and then you can double up for the year. The year it was made.
Godfather was the movie.
Okay.
And year 1973.
72.
Oh, nice.
Wow, it was close.
I was gonna say 78.
Oh, 78?
Yeah, I was going to say 78 too.
Wow, that was mad close. Okay. Jay, go ahead.
Give me movie quotes for 30.
Hey, don't think it's gonna be that easy.
No.
Okay. All right. This is pretty easy though. Okay, movie quotes for 30. Go ahead, make my day.
Okay.
That's Dirty Harry. 1975.
1983.
Okay.
It's not Dirty Harry. It's Sudden Impact. However, yeah.
However.
Right.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry was another movie.
Dirty Harry is another movie. It's Sudden Impact.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, that movie.
Okay. Let me go ahead and put the O by that one because that one's out. That one's out. Okay, Key.
All right, this is going pretty good. I'm gonna stick to what I know though. What I think I know. NBA rookies for 20.
NBA rookies for the dub. Okay. NBA rookies. Who am I? Okay. Okay, I was the 2009-2010 Rookie of the Year. I averaged 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Who am I?
Shit, 2009, 2010. Rookie of the Year. 20 points. Fuck. I should have did this shit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm gonna say
2,
Dwight Howard,
and 1. You are wrong, sir.
I know that was.
And I didn't tell you like this was the only way where it wouldn't be just flat out easy. That's why I just gave the stats in the year because I knew it was too easy if I give you the team that drafted them. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, but yeah, Key. Who said it? Jay, you know?
He just
Derrick Rose.
Tyreek Evans.
Tyreek Evans. Okay.
Hell no.
Wow.
He put up points, right? He was playing ball,
Never
right?
got that. Derrick Rose would have been. Yeah, I would have said him.
Who picked him? The Sixers?
No.
The Kings or the
Who
Grizzlies?
knows that? The Kings.
The King. Okay.
Okay. First round, Al 20, Key 0, J 0. Round 2. It's on you, Al.
Let me try that last quote.
The last quote, which 10. Is for 10. Okay. All right. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that one, too. This is...
man.
What am I giving you again? I'm giving you...
You're giving me the name of the movie and the year.
Okay.
Let me get that countdown, though.
Movie 10 was...
9, 8, 7,
shit.
6.
Can I steal?
5, 4.
Wow, I can't think of it. I can
2, 1.
Can I steal?
Really? Can we steal for real?
No stealing. No stealing. Y'all know?
Yeah.
Going with the win.
Going with the win. Going with the win. What year?
Oh, shit.
In the 50s.
Yeah. 59.
39, dude. 39.
39, jeez.
39, dude.
Wow.
All right, Jay. So that was the last quotes. Quotes are done. See, it's not that bad, is it?
Nah, that's good.
Oh, okay. All right, quotes are done. Jay, we have who was I when I said this? I think I have all of those. All of those are wide open. NBA rookies, who am I? We have the 10 and the 30 is available.
All right. Let me. Who was I when I said this for 20?
Who was I when I said this is funny? Okay. $200. Your girl's been back there all night. How'd they only make $200?
Yeah. I know this.
10, 9,
Eddie Murphy is
8,
slick.
7, 6.
What'd you say?
As Eddie Murphy
5.
in Harlem Nights is Mike Quick. Slick Mike.
What is it, Jay? What is it?
You done said 3 names?
His name was Mike. It was Quick, but I mean they called him Quick.
Okay.
I thought I heard Slick first.
I heard that too.
Eddie
we got tape though. We got recorded.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy, Quick, Jay. So you came up with the 40.
Pending instant replay.
Yeah. Right. You got to make sure you got his toes in. But
they called me Tony Toe Tap.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
putting a red flag on this one.
They called me Tony Toe Tap. I got them all in. I got them all in for that countdown.
Got them all in. Let me strike that. See, it's not so bad, is it?
Nah. Was that for 10, Pooh?
Nah, that was the dub.
Plus
the dub. So
double up.
Yeah, he brought 40 home. It's on you, Key.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Who was that? Who was I when I said that for 30?
Who was I? I said this for 30. Wow, this is a tough one here. No wire hangers ever.
Oh, fuck. No clue.
No one knows it. 10, 9, 8.
Wow, dang, is that
7?
Is it
6?
I don't know.
5, 4, 3.
No clue.
2 and 1. What? Mommy Dearest. It was Joan Crawford.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, Joan Crawford. Oh. Never seen that, Al?
Never seen
that. No, I did 30 years ago.
Yeah. But that was a classic line, though. You know, No.
I remember the line. I do.
Oh, okay. Someone even had it in the song. You know, I can't remember who it was. Okay, at the end of the second round, Al 20, J 40, P 0.
Yep.
Round 3, Al, on you.
I'm going to go for the win with what's left. NBA rookies.
10
and 30.
Yeah, NBA rookies, 10 and 30. And who was I when I said this? 10.
Okay, so let me go NBA rookies 30.
NBA rookies 30. Okay. I was rookie of the year 2004-2005 season. I averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. Who am I?
I think I know that.
What was the stats again?
I averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. Who am I?
I know that draft.
2004, 2005.
The Hawks were active then, they.
10.
Oh, yeah.
10, 9,
come on, Jay. That's how you do it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give me something, Al. Stephen Curry. This is what you said? 2004, 2005? Nah, it was Emeka Okafor.
Oh, wow.
Charlotte Hornets. I mean, Charlotte Bobcats. I'm sorry.
I'm way off.
Okay, let me get Al this 0. Not so bad, man. I think they're doing a pretty good job. Jay.
Yeah.
You have NBA rookies for the 10. And who was I when I said this for 10? Here we go. I'm not going to bury my son. My son is going to bury me.
I like how you be getting into the line.
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
you auditioning.
I know y'all ain't never listened to the Power Show because I'll be in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Y'all know I wanted to be an actor, yo, for real. I had a little scholarship. I love it.
Scholarship to where?
10, the Art Institute of Atlanta.
All right.
It was for media. Yeah, for media. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
I've seen this movie.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Give me something, Jay. Homer Simpson is not correct.
Oh,
Al, you said you knew this, Al?
I know I've seen the movie, but I can't think of what it is. I know I've seen it.
Oh, okay. It is actually Washington.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie is John Q. Yeah. Oh, John Q. Yeah. Remember he was wigging out on the phone and snot coming out his nose. I'm not going to bury my son. My son is going to bury me. Yeah, hit on his chest. But, okay, Keith.
Sir.
We got NBA rookies for the 10.
Let's get it.
Good thing about this, Keith. Let me see. You could tie Jay with this one because this is the power question of the day.
All right.
You can get multiple points. Okay. Let me see. NBA rookies. Who am I? In fact, who are we?
Yeah. Question.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. 1999-2000 season. I averaged 18 points a game, 6.6 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. Some people refer to me as a combo guard. Okay. I averaged 3 points a game, 10 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1 block. Who are we?
Shit. 1999. Was this McGrady and
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I say McGrady and Vince Carter.
McGrady and who?
Vince Carter.
McGrady and Vince Carter.
No, Tracy McGrady. I thought you were naming two people. Tracy McGrady.
Yeah. It's two people. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Vince Carter.
Yeah. That's why I said, who are we? You know. Yeah.
Nah. It's hella wrong by your ass, by your voice.
Real
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Who is
96, right?
Who is it, Jay? Close. Not far enough though. I think that's like 96 or something, isn't it? 95. It was Elton Brand and Stevie Franchise.
Oh, he was on my mind. Steve France was on my mind, but I wouldn't have never got Elton Brand.
Yeah, Elton Brand for the Bulls. Man, dude, I didn't realize Elton Brand was balling like that. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 1.9 assists. Yeah. And
he's like a GM now, right?
Yeah. He just got promoted. Yeah.
Elton Brand is?
Yeah,
Elton Brand. Yeah. Okay, so the winner is we have Jay with 40, Al with 20, and Key pulling up the rear with 0.
Man.
There's trivia for you, folks.
All right, good job.
Good job.
Oh, that was straight?
Yeah, man. I thought you was going to kill me with the movie quotes, but I knew all of them.
Nah, they wasn't bad. You know, I didn't want to get too, ridiculous, because I can,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right. 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 Man, parting shots. Wow, I'm blank right now. Let me see. Parting shots. Hey, I'm blank right now, so I'll go with this. Appreciate working with you guys. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to see our baby grow. And anyone that's willing to take a stab at podcasting or journalism, definitely contact us. We'll be happy to listen to what you have to offer and Defy Life.
Yeah, man. Two things. One, of course, we got Hurricane Storm hitting Florida. So, anybody in that path. Actually, Atlanta is, as I'm looking at stuff in the path, but we don't have. I don't think any expectation of anything close to what people on the Gulf are going to deal with. So, of course, from the Defy Life crew, our thoughts and prayers to anybody, and we'll just see how this plays out, and be thinking of folk and be trying to help as we can. That's one thing. And then two, shout out to the culture of hip hop. We had a good time at that festival this past weekend, and it's just amazing to see how the culture has just grown in terms of the diversity of people who appreciate the culture of hip hop, and from race to gender to age to region. I mean, it was just at the A3C concert on Saturday, just a good thing to appreciate. And then just to see the Wu perform as a group was kind of dope. And so, yeah, it was cool. And then, yeah, had a good night. So that's my parting shot. Have a good week. As always, great show.
It was a real fun day for me from the morning. I ran a Deerwood Academy, hosted it. Shout out to Miss Perry, the principal there. Of course, I went to the concert too with the Wu. It was fun to see them, and saw the McGregor fight. That was like a long day, but it was a great day. But just happy to be defying life, having a blast everywhere I go. Glad to be back. Defy Life. Yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Hmm? Huh?
Well, so somebody got her thing.
Oh yeah. Oh. Wow.
Crazy.
Yo, that's crazy. It's really crazy.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead with that, man.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.
Defy Life.